What do you think about yourself? What are those opinions you hold about yourself? What are those things you think you cannot achieve? What are those things you think you're incapable of venturing into? So today, I want you to go to the comment section and be honest with yourself. Write down those things you think there's virtually no way I can do this. These are my opinions about myself and all that. All right. So, welcome to Life with Queenette. So, if this is the first time you're seeing my face, welcome to this beautiful channel. In this channel, we are big on life and how to be the best version of yourself. Alright? So, if this is the first time you're coming to this channel, don't hesitate to subscribe, like, thumbs up, so you'll be the first to be notified once I upload a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for always finding time to come and stay with me. Alright? So today we're going to be talking about low self-esteem. You know, the truth of the matter is that majority of children came from a place of trauma. In fact, the truth is that the people who trained these children were also coming from a place of trauma, and so they just transfer whatever trauma they were going through to their children. And I'm sure either you've experienced that or you've been there, where parents will call their children idiots, stupid, never do well, cannot pass exams, always fooling around, weak child, never been like other kids and all that. Now, they were not doing it from the place of hurt. I think sometimes I want to say that they were doing it from a place of, helping the children to sit up, right? We've also come from that place where they're trying to make you sit up. They're trying to give you reasons why you should do what you ought to do at the time you ought to do it. But the truth is, because they don't know better, they never knew that child that they were, trying to correct has been damaged or is being damaged by the words that they speak. And that will take me back to the Bible. Okay? Our words are powerful. Our words are powerful. Just like the word of God will say, it is like the two-edged sword that pierces through, dividing asunder in Hebrews. Okay? So those words that we speak, or those words that were spoken on us while we were growing up, tend to form how we live through our adult lives. Then another aspect is that you could come from another kind of family where you were showered with love, you were encouraged, you were praised, you were told how wonderful you are, how you're the best and all that. And you grew up, mentally healthy. You grew up, not coming from a negative place, right? But you could also get, while in your adulthood, maybe you entered into a relationship, a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship, a narcissistic kind of relationship, where you had a very terrible experience. That particular thought inside of your head that you think of yourself, because those thoughts or those words that you've spoken or you say, whether you are aware or not, actually are the words that will either help you to get to where you think you're going to, or to stampede your progress. So it's about self-value. It's about how high you hold yourself. It's about the value you place on yourself. It's about what you think about yourself. I mean, if you think trash about yourself, that's what will happen. You don't think trash and expect others to think differently about you. And so we want to look at signs that is a sure indicator that this person or an individual or some people are suffering from low self-esteem. The first one is that they usually don't accept compliments. Let me start from the basics. They don't accept compliments. You can imagine when you see someone, so you look beautiful. The person will ask you, really? Or you said something to, oh, you did the job perfectly. And the person's, are you serious? Or you delivered on the assignment, effortlessly. And the person is like, whoa. In fact, not just that they will make such expressions, but they will start doubting that what you're saying is the truth. That is a sign of low self-esteem. Another point is that they find it difficult to ask for help. When there is need for you to ask for help, to tell someone, oh, please, can you help me with this? Oh, I need to learn how to do this. Oh, I need to understand this skill. They find it difficult because they will think that people will start assuming that they're not competent. I will have to rush this topic because there's a whole lot to talk about, and I wouldn't want this video to be too long. I think it should be the third one. The third sign is that they focus so much on the negatives. They focus so much on the negatives. They think about how they failed. They think about how they were not able to achieve what they, set their minds to do. They think about how their relationships are not working. They think about how they had problems with their boss and they were sacked. They think about how their boyfriend, without saying anything, walked away. They think about how their landlord, is trying everything to send them packing. They think about this. The only thing they brood over. They think about their childhood, how it has not been rosy, how they have suffered all their lives. That is a sign of low self-esteem. Why not think about the good things? Why not think about the beautiful experiences you've had? Why not even think about the little wins? Everything wasn't all that bad. Why not think about something you ventured into, even if it's, crashed at some point? Why not think about how beautiful the experience was for you? Why not think about the things you learned, okay, that you're going to implement when you are doing it again, or when you're doing something else again? Why not think about those things than only brooding about the negatives, how I failed my exam, how I couldn't make first class of 2-1, how I couldn't do this, how everything does not work for me. I'm going to tell you a little story, and each time I make videos, I would like bringing in life experiences, so it wouldn't look like we're just speaking, right? A particular day, I went to the ATM machine to pick money. And I was standing at the back of a particular elegant woman, well-dressed, looking very posh. And I'm sure she's also very educated. And then it got to her turn to pick cash, and the machine stopped. I can't remember exactly, but I think the machine could not dispense cash, right? And they withheld her card. I don't know the reason. But this is what the woman said. There and then, because I was at her back, she started lamenting. Why is it that my things are just this way? People have been picking money. People have been, taking their money and walking away. And it just got to my turn. And, the machine stopped working. Even my card is gone completely. And she was just wailing, lamenting. She wasn't talking to anybody in particular. And I felt really sorry for her. I felt sorry not because of what she was saying. I felt sorry because of her state of mind. So I walked up to her. She was much older. I said, "Madam, what's the problem?" She said, "Oh, The problem is that I can't pick cash, and I've lost my card. I said lost. Yes, inside the machine. I said, oh, so sorry about that. So I said, so what do you intend to do now? She said, I mean, that's the problem. This is what happens to me all the time. Each time I want to do something that others, would have done and scaled through, once I get there, it doesn't work. So I was, in 1 second, I was managing to tell her, no, don't talk. But at some point I said, why not? So I said, excuse me, ma, I hope you won't be angry. She said, no. I said, the machine did not stop or did not start malfunctioning because it was you. It was also very possible that the machine already started malfunctioning when the other guy came. She said, no, I'm sure. I said, but I'm telling you, the machine does not know you, does not know your name. Okay? The machine did not see you suddenly as stopped. And that is the worst place you can be, by believing that things don't always work out for you like every other person. If things don't work out for you and you say it means that every other time you appear on the scene, something happens. So why not change the idea of nothing happens when I appear on the scene and start talking about how, everything good happens to you? She stood. For more than 2 seconds, she did not utter a word. And then after a while, she said, thank you, my daughter. And then she left. And while she was leaving, what was going through my mind was how old this woman would have been, probably in her 40s. I guess she should be in her 40s or thereabout. Not an old person. But I was wondering the type of experiences or childhood, traumas that this woman had gone through that put her in this kind of cage, believing that nothing works whenever she appears on the scene. And that's what we're talking about here. It's a bondage. And if you're going through that, you need to break it. You need to tell yourself, 2023 is a year for me to change everything about my life. It will take time, but it's something you must do. So let's move to the third point. So the third one is that they are so afraid of failure. And that's why you see most people who suffer from low self-esteem, they hardly take any step. Why? Because they're like, oh my God, I don't want to make mistakes, and people say, oh, she failed. I don't want to do this. People will say, oh, I don't want to do this. And that becomes a cage, because until you get to that point where probably you're going into business and you've never done that business before and you start having issues, it's bound to happen. From the mistakes and from the losses, you would have learned how not to lose again. I invested in a particular scheme and I lost some money last year. It was a wrong investment. That someone, told me how the money will get back and all that, and I invested with them and I lost part of that money. In fact, the other part I've not even recovered the loan. That is like, what has it taught me? And next time, I shouldn't be in a hurry to make some investment. So no matter what you come next time to tell me, I'll tell you, okay, this that type of business I will invest in this time. But maybe if I had not made this mistake with not so much cash, maybe the next time I'll be in millions, and that will be, that will be more difficult to handle, right? So don't be that person that is afraid to do anything. All right? When you work on your self-esteem, you see that you have the ability, you believe in your opinion, you believe in your abilities, you believe in what you can achieve, you believe in the value that you have and that you can give to your world. Self-sabotage is an issue, and it works better when you have a low self-esteem. Then the fourth one, they are always thinking that every other person is doing better than them. So if you have any of these showing, listen, low self-esteem, most times the people suffering from it might not actually know, because sometimes it's subtle. sometimes it's here, neither here nor there, but it's there. So you have to explain, and before you can heal, you have to be very honest with yourself. Before you can heal from it, you have to tell yourself the truth. If I have these problems, if I have these things that have been listed, if I'm suffering from any of them, then I need to heal. How do you heal? And I'll get to that. The very first thing you do for yourself is, first of all, identify that you have low self-esteem. The ability to identify, just like where someone is dating an abusive partner, and you tell yourself, this person is abusing me, because some people, you can be abusing them and they wouldn't even think it's an abuse, because they grew up from such an environment where they saw their dad abuse their mom, so they feel it's still normal. All right, so until they come to that place where they think, oh, I'm being abused, and they say, no, I won't take that, nothing will change. The same thing with low self-esteem. Until you come to that place where you know that you have placed no value on yourself, you have no positive opinion of yourself, you are not going to get out of it. You will be in self-denial. The next point, which should be the fifth one, is that they are people-pleasing persons. They are people who would rather please every other person just to be satisfied. Remember, low self-esteem is that opinion that you have of yourself. They want to please every other person in the room. They want to do everything for everybody except themselves. That is a sign of low self-esteem. They are ready to serve the community. They are ready to serve their siblings. They are ready to serve everybody but themselves. However, it's not a bad one to be very, very generous, to be nice, to want to help everybody. But you cannot do anything. You can't do anything from an empty cup. You will have to, the cup has to be filled and overflowing before you can give, from that place of overflowing. So don't be a people-pleasing person. And, I don't blame people when they are people-pleasing, because we all were there, we're all there at some point, because growing up, we're doing everything to please our parents. We went to school, we were studying because we want our parents to be happy. Some of us studied courses, probably not that we were so interested in those courses, but our parents wanted us to study those courses. We passed the exams because we want daddy and mommy to be happy. We washed the pots, we cleaned the kitchen, we did this, we did it so that they would give us accolades. So we grew up having love addiction. Love addiction is simply giving love to receive love. That's what love addiction is. We grew up thinking that we need to do something for us to be praised. And most of times, we are usually in that place where we cannot even say no, where we cannot tell them, oh, I would have loved to help you, but I can't at this point. The sixth one is that they don't have boundaries. What is this? The sixth one is that they don't have boundaries. They don't have healthy boundaries. Because they cannot say no. They cannot say no. Anything goes. Let me say you're a very good Christian, and you believe in celibacy until marriage, and suddenly this human being walks into your life and is asking for sex. Yes. And you're not in any way lawfully engaged with this person. Then you say, oh, I don't have to lose this person because I'm doing some stupid morals. You even call it stupid morals. Who has he helped? Who he helped? Who has he helped to be doing stupid morals? Let's go down the lane so that the guy can stay. And one of the things I keep telling people is that sex does not keep a man. Sex doesn't. So if you think because of my body, if I give him my body, he will stay, it's not true. He will still go out and look for another person. And that's why even in marriages, some people say, oh, his wife is so cute, so what is he looking at? What is he looking for outside? It's because that wife is not what he's looking for. His quest to keep conquering is still there. But assuming you started off in the proper way, put your legs together and not do that. Say, you know what? That's the no-go area. If you want us to have a good relationship, no problem. We're gonna do it. But to start, no. They don't have healthy boundaries. They don't have boundaries at all. That's a sign of low self-esteem. You can date anybody. You can date another person's husband. You can date a low life. You can date somebody you know ordinarily. Ordinarily. You don't have business with that person. I'm not elitist, right? But I'm saying there are people, you are improving on yourself, and someone is, you don't have any business with that person. Let's just keep it that way. But because you don't have healthy boundaries, you're ready to do just anything. Someone is ready to tap you, say one thing, and your pants down. It shows that you are suffering from low self-esteem. So one can ask, what do I do to raise the bar, to raise my self-esteem? The first one is that you will need to love yourself. You cannot give from an empty cup. You need to see yourself as someone who is valuable, as someone who has capacity, is capable of doing so many things, who has, who is intelligent. You start seeing yourself as that person who is determined and can achieve whatever you set your mind to do. The second one is affirmation, and in this channel I always talk about affirmation because for me it is the big deal. Write out things you'll be saying to yourself morning, afternoon, night. I'm a success. I'm intelligent. I'm beautiful. I'm perfect. I do things well. And at the time you're not saying, not because you're already doing those things, no, but you're saying it because the more you say, the more your spirit man is also, taking inventory of what you're saying. Remember, the Bible says that when the earth be full of rain, it empties itself upon the face of the deep. It means that the cloud, when the rain is about starting, the cloud will start gathering. It will gather and gather and gather until finally the heavens will open and then the rain will come. That's the way it is. Those things that you want to see happen in your life, say it. I'm a success. I am prosperous. People favor me. Man favor me. Okay? I have opportunities. Anywhere I go, people fall over themselves to help me, much more than I want to be helped. I will never be disadvantaged. I cannot be a victim in this life. I move forward every day. I make progress every day. My life is made for the best. I deserve only the best in this life. Keep saying those words morning, afternoon, night. You write them down, you say it. I have the best of partners. I attract, I manifest the best of men to myself. Assuming you're still single. Those things you want to see, say it. Say it out loud so that even you that is saying it will hear it. Learn to rewire your brain from those things from your childhood, trauma and the bad experiences. Rewire your brain. If you are always failing, by the time you're saying I'm a success, never failing in anything. Anything I put my hands to do will prosper. Make sure that you are also working towards. Don't just say it and sit down. No. As you're saying it, you are also doing it. You put the action into place so that as you're saying, to be corresponding with that, with what you're doing, and it will give you the needed action. Learn to worry less. Worrying has never helped anybody. In fact, all the years of your life, let's say from whatever time you started being, I don't have this. Even the relationship, they have disappeared. Even the men, they just walk away. I'll be in a relationship. There are people, they think they're telling you a story. I'll be in a relationship, suddenly the person will go. At some point, he wants to come and marry me. Then suddenly, that person was not meant for you. And this is the reason why people keep chasing somebody who they don't have any business with. I keep saying it, people, you see different marriages, people attract people, get into marriages they don't have any business with. If somebody is not interested, walk away. Don't work hard. Don't start working hard trying to please the person so that the person will come and marry you. What kind of life are you going to live with that person? So worry less. Worry less about, oh, how am I going to do this? Oh, what if I do this and fail? Do it and fail first. Then by the time you do this consistently, you will raise the bar. You will see that you have so much confidence. Even if you have interviews, you will prepare. And by the time you get there, you will know that you ace it. If you're going for, a job contract or something, you will go there comfortably, knowing that you will get it. You have healthy self-esteem when you are less critical of yourself. Don't criticize everything. Oh, if I had known, I would have done it this way. I would have done it this way. I was not thinking. I was not this. In fact, if you're talking to someone and you had a slip, you say, no, that's not me. You change it and say the right thing until you master it. That was how I started. Even today, if I make any slip, I was right there saying, I will say, sorry, I was wrong. That was not me. I'll say it. Be less critical. If you fail, yes, stand up, dust yourself, put some spring on your step. Learn also to be resilient. It's a virtue. I'll make a video about that. Learn to be resilient. It's not a bad place to be. It's a strength. You're resilient. You're not giving up. You continue until you get what you want. Learn it. And it will help your mental. The thing is that your ability to build honest relationships. Because when you are in a good place, it will affect your relationship. You will not be the one that is here and there trying to see if this will work, the other one will work. No. You will not be the one who understands that this is my value, this is where I am. This is where I am at the moment. I cannot go below this. Some people, at some point, they build their self-esteem. They might be dating a particular guy. They put themselves and they're like, I passed this level for this particular. They will not continue with that relationship. I've seen it happen several. Because they feel that they have passed that level. And if they are to get married to that person, they might not survive it. Because they've so improved on themselves that where they are had passed that the level of where whoever it was they had that relationship with. So that's where we're going to stop it for now. Fortunately, I couldn't cover all the signs, but you already know that you can read all. So I want to say that I'm going to stop here for now, and I'm glad you stayed true. God bless you real good. And I want to say thank you so very much as I come back to your screen the next time. Bye for now.